Projectors are extremely compelling when they're living in alignment, and they are designed to be noticed. They are very different from the majority of the population in terms of their energy levels and their ideal working styles. Understanding and embracing these unique parts of themselves are essential for them to achieve their emotional intelligence potential. In today's episode, we are talking about emotional intelligence for projectors. We'll cover emotional themes for them based on their type, how they emotionally impact others, emotional pitfalls to watch out for, solutions to those pitfalls, and best practices for projectors to help them embody their emotional intelligence potential. If you're a projector or you love one or work with one, this episode is for you. Welcome to Heart-Centered Human Design, Emotional Intelligence and Conscious Business, the show for heart-centered entrepreneurs that want meaningful success and work-life balance so they can wake up every day feeling empowered, inspired, and supported by work and life. I'm your host, Vanessa Naja, and I'm so excited to share the amazing system of human design with you and help you apply it to live your best possible life. If you want to get the most out of this episode, it is a good idea to already have a foundational understanding of the projector type. So if you're brand new to human design or you'd like a review, I recommend going back to season 1, episode 7 to get the foundational understanding of the projector type. If you'd like to dive deep into your own unique emotional intelligence, at the end of the episode, I'll share with you about my program, Emotional Intelligence by Design, that helps you do just that. The overarching purpose of the projector human design type is to guide other people and to guide other people's energy. In BG5, projectors are actually called advisors. They have an incredible ability to recognize the gifts and talents of others as well as others' potentials, and they have an ability to guide those gifts, those talents, that energy to help other people really fulfill their potential. And of course, they are going to want to see that potential fulfilled. They naturally want to help other people make things better. Their aura or their electromagnetic frequency is focused, penetrating, and absorbing. Their aura can focus in on and penetrate the auras of others, particularly the generator and manifesting generator types. They can see into their energy, how those other types are using their energy, and help them use their energy in a more effective way to help the other person achieve their goals. Now, the problem comes up if they are trying to guide people that did not ask for their help. This is like penetration without invitation, which can feel extremely uncomfortable to the other person and also very intrusive. So when that happens, if a projector is guiding and they actually weren't invited to guide, the other person can really close off and reject the projector, which can lead to bitterness and resentment for the projector. The other issue that can come up with projectors is that when they're trying to guide without an invitation is that they can be judged as being bossy. The solution to these pitfalls is to use their unique strategy of waiting for recognition and the invitation. They're not here to guide anyone and everyone. Projectors are here to guide their people, the people that recognize the projector for the individual unique gifts that that particular projector possesses and can guide them with. And those people, once they recognized the projector, will ask for or invite their guidance. And this is how projectors will use their energy in the most aligned way, which leads to their signature of success. It's important to always use their authority or their best aligned way of making decisions to know which invitations are the correct ones to accept. And there are 5 different possible authorities for projectors. They're actually, even though they're only around 20 to 22% of the population, they're by far the most diverse types because they have 5 different authorities and there's a lot of different ways that they can show up. So let's talk about recognition a little bit. What does that actually mean? When somebody gives recognition to a projector, it's recognizing their unique gifts and knowing you are the person that I want to guide me with your energy and your gifts and talents. It's not like, oh, I need someone to guide me and you happen to be there. It's like, I want you. You're the person that I need support from. It's not that like, oh, I need someone to do a job or you happen to be available. Great. Or I need anybody to do this. Like, that is not recognition. Recognition is like really seeing the unique special gifts and talents that you or the person that is asking for guidance from the projector wants from that specific individual. That recognition can then lead to an invitation. If the invitation is correct for the projector, which not all are, and they use their authority to accept it, again, it's going to lead to that signature theme of success. If projectors are accepting invitations that there was no recognition involved, technically this invitation could have gone to anybody, this can very much lead to bitterness and burnout and is not the ideal use of their energy. And also, if they're accepting the wrong invitations and they're busy guiding the wrong people in the wrong ways, they're not going to have room for the right invitations to come in. So if you're a projector and you're not getting good invitations, it's a great idea to ask yourself, like, the invitations that I have accepted, did I use my authority to accept them? Was there actually recognition? And am I being recognized for my gifts and talents? Or was this just accepting an invitation because it was there? And for people that are new in the experiment, that is not uncommon. Like, if a projector first learns, oh, I have to wait for the invitation, and then an invitation comes and they accept any invitation, this is part of the experimenting. In the beginning, that's not going to be uncommon, but it is absolutely essential for projectors to only accept the correct invitations with the right recognition. And let's remember, when it comes to invitations and following your strategy in this way, this is about working with other people. So if you don't need a formal invitation to do something for your own business, like, it is absolutely okay for you to go out and share and talk about what you do, because that is what will get people to start recognizing you and noticing you and then coming to you. So a lot of times this can be really taken like way too far. This is recognition and invitation is for working with other people and guiding other people. Now, the not-self theme of the rejector is bitterness. And the bitterness or the not-self theme will come up when they're not living in alignment, when they're not being recognized, if they're trying to force their guidance on somebody that didn't want it, or they're not getting invitations. And bitterness, anybody can experience bitterness. It doesn't matter what your type is. And most of us, unless you are a reflector, and I have met some other types as well that don't have any projected channels, but most of us are going to have some projected channels in the chart. And those channels do also require recognition and an invitation. So we're all going to feel that bitterness. For example, if you are sharing your opinion with somebody that didn't want it and you get rejected, you might feel that bitterness, whether you're a projector or not. But for projectors, if you're constantly feeling bitterness and it's like the overarching theme, that is definitely a sign that you are off track. And always a good idea to look at what invitations are you accepting? Are you receiving recognition? Are you following your strategy? Are you using your authority to enter into the correct invitations? Bitterness, the way that I feel and experience bitterness myself, and I'm not a projector, but I do experience it, it's more like a resentment. It's more like an inward feeling, almost like a passive aggression. It's not that outward expression of anger like the manifestor has, that kind of pushing out energy. It's more of like an inward energy. But other people do pick this up from you, because when you are feeling bitter, like, you are expressing this out through your aura, and other people are going to pick it up, and it can be somewhat repelling. It's palpable to others, and if you're feeling bitter a lot, you're less likely to get the correct invitations. Bitterness can actually be a form of protection, in the sense that if you're feeling bitter a lot, you might be feeling burnt out, you haven't been using your energy correctly, it can be an invitation to you to actually take your time to rest, restore, to focus on yourself, do things that you absolutely love as a projector, and also to recognize yourself, because that recognition starts with you. Giving yourself the recognition for your gifts, for your talents, will then also bring that recognition from other people. If you're feeling deeply depleted and burned out from doing too much, guiding the wrong people, or really overworking and using your energy in a way that is not correct for you, the right invitations are not going to come in. And again, might be time to rest, restore, do things that you love. And also is a great opportunity to take the time to master systems, because mastering systems is one of the gifts and talents of projectors. And using systems is one way that projectors guide other people. And you might be mastering a system that already exists out there. You may be creating your own system from other systems that you've studied, but it is a great time to work on mastering your systems when those correct invitations aren't coming in, and it is time to rest and restore. And remember, resting doesn't mean laying around doing absolutely nothing. It can, if that feels what's correct for you, it can absolutely look like that, but that is not necessarily what it looks like. You can be engaging in anything that you absolutely love, that lights up your energy and helps you really get back into that restored place. Projectors, especially when they're new to human design, there is a big element of trust in their trajectory, in knowing that you do not have to overwork or do the way that the generator types can. Remember, your purpose is to guide the energy, especially the generator types, not to be doing all of that work yourself. And there can be a lot of fear associated with this, because we are so conditioned to just hustle, 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 and do and take the actions. And that's how we're supposed to get to success. This is absolutely a way that society is conditioned. There can be a lot of fear associated with this at first. And the opportunity to overcome those fears as you start to live in alignment with your type and your energy levels. Trust and fear is definitely a part of the trajectory of the projectors living in alignment. We have all grown up in a world that is super conditioned by sacral energy, and projectors, as a result, may feel judged for being lazy if they are not constantly trying to keep up with the sacral energy types in the world. And that is 70% of the population that just operates very, very differently. They may believe it's not okay to take the rest that they need when they need it, but really the secret is like when they honor their energy levels, projectors are so efficient. And an aligned projector can do twice the work in a quarter of the time when they're really working in alignment with the energy levels. The other thing to keep in mind is that there is this myth out there that all projectors are tired all the time and they need to constantly take naps. And that is not true for all projectors. It could be true for some projectors. And if that is you, honoring those energy levels and taking those naps when you need them and really getting in alignment with your type is essential. However, energy projectors, so these are projectors that have energy centers or motors defined in their chart, are going to be different. They're going to have more energy. And depending on how they're configured, they could have quite a bit of energy, actually. So this being tired all the time and needing to rest all the time may be true for some, but not for all, because you're all very unique. It is still important to honor your energy levels, because projectors definitely don't have a defined sacral, and the sacral is that consistent motor in the body. All the other motors can fluctuate on and off, so there may be times of higher energy levels and times of lower energy levels, and honoring those are important. It's also really helpful for projectors to be aware of the difference when they are actually in their own energy versus when they're amplifying the sacral energy of others. Taking plenty of alone time to discharge any energy that they may have taken on from others, and to allow themselves the rest when they need it. So accepting the correct invitations, guiding the right people, knowing how to work with their own energy levels is how projectors achieve their success signature theme. They are designed to be recognized when living in alignment and doing their thing, and that is when they get recognized. Projectors also have the gift of recognizing others. They are able to give recognition to others in a way that feels so good to the person that's receiving it. When an aligned projector is recognizing you for your gifts and talents, it is absolutely amazing. I have a lot of brilliant and aligned projectors in my life, and I am so grateful for them. And their recognition, their ability to guide and see within me what I can't see has been so incredibly helpful. And that's the thing with projectors. They are really able to see things that others cannot see. And when you have projectors in your life and you know who the right ones are to help guide you and support you in the way that you need, this is an absolutely priceless gift. Projectors have a tendency, when they're out of alignment, to overwork, to prove themselves, to try to keep up with the generator types, which can lead to burnout and take away from the signature theme of success. Of course, also when they're feeling burnt out, they're going to be bitter and resentful. And again, that's going to slow down the invitations. They are super efficient when they are working in alignment. So learning to trust yourself, trust your energy levels, know that when you are on, you are really on, and it is totally okay to work this, the cliche working smarter, not harder, like this absolutely is essential for projectors. And the way you work smarter is honoring your energy levels and doing the work that is aligned with you when the energy is there. When you're experiencing that fear of not doing enough, learning to really lean into and trust your energy levels and your ability to guide can be really scary. And as you learn to embody this over time, working with your strategy and authority, starting to guide the people that are correct for you, you are going to garner that courage and also that sense of security that this is how your energy works, and that when you use your energy in this way is when you are successful. Aligned projectors are some of the most compelling and attractive people around, and there's no limit to the amount of success that they can have, living incredible lives with work-life balance, having amazing relationships, and really making their contribution to the world. If you love a projector, you live with a projector, you parent a projector, or you work with a projector, here's some things that you can do for them that are very beneficial. So one is to really recognize them for their uniqueness, their skills, their talents, their gifts, and their ability to see things that you can't see. You only want to do this if it's actually true, because projectors can smell inauthenticity from a mile away and it's not going to feel good. Ask them for their guidance for the things that they can guide you for. Again, if you actually want that guidance, don't wait for them to offer it to you, because an aligned projector is not going to do that. You actually want to ask them for that. And depending on your own type and what you struggle with, it's always a good idea to really learn how to ask for help and to know who the right people are to give it to you. It can often be an aligned projector. Make sure to allow them their alone time and don't take it personally. Encourage that they have their alone time so that they can release anything, any energy they may have taken on from the outside, especially in their undefined sacral center. And honor their energy levels. Do not expect them to move at your speed. And also know that there are going to be times where you will be blown away by what they can accomplish in crazy short periods of time. Remember, we're all different. We all have our unique gifts in our own design. And honoring yourself as well as your loved ones for their unique gifts and talents is the way to go. If you'd like to dive deeper into your own emotional intelligence potential, and that includes overcoming any kind of fears that might be keeping you stuck, I'm talking to all of those that are terrified of visibility and that's holding them back from their business, I would love to have you check out Emotional Intelligence by Design, my new program where we work together on your emotional intelligence blueprint according to your human design chart, so you can really step into the high expression of that and do the work that you were born to do. If you want to learn more, you can find out at vanessanaja.com/emotional intelligence. I will also drop a link in the show notes. I would love to hear how this episode landed for you. And if you have any questions or anything that you have to share, you can find me on Instagram at @HTVanessanaja. I would love to hear your experience and to connect with you.